Good morning everyone, it's TONIK TZW here, and I am in division with my good friend Chin Laden, and I'm sailing the Z-35. He is in the KGV. And this video is entitled Unseen, Unheard and Unforgiving, and it's going to show a little bit of the smarter way to play DDs, in that you don't always have to be going balls to the wall out there, full tilt, full speed, guns blazing, torps firing. It's not the way a DD works. Most of the time anyway. Now, I've already had a look at the team list before the match starts. It's something I already and always will do every game. I know there's a Brandenburg out there, we get him spotted early, but I also know there's a Belfast. There's a couple of DDs as well. Now, a Belfast and a Brandenburg out there together, that could be a very serious risk to me in my little boat, as if that Belfast lights up his radar and I'm in secondary range of the Brandenburg, I'm going to be getting drilled like Swiss cheese. So I'm not actually going to go straight onto the cap on this one, because I just have this gut feeling that the Belfast is going to get close, use his relatively low detectability to get in on us, and spark that radar up and make a whole world of hurt for us. Now, we see the Belfast, we know we're just on the edge of his radar range. We also see the Brandenburg pushing in, and I think it's a Megami or a Miyoko out on the other side. And I'm like, and this is not where I want to be. So I dip out of the cap. I'm not sure if the Brandenburg's going to push straight through. So I just put the torps through the gap and open up a little bit of space. And I save my second set of torpedoes. Now, we've got a good, well, I say a good spotting position here. We can see two of the red team. The Brandenburg is on the cap. My buddy Chin is behind me slightly in the KGV. We see the smoke there. We know that's most likely from the Belfast, given the position he was in at the start of the game. So he's just going to spam HE across the top of that island as we see the shots going out. Now, my concern here is the Brandenburg actually pushing through and putting those secondaries to use on blue team. We've got a couple of ships defending our cap on the east side of the map. We've got a DD contesting B. These guys, we could keep the cap reset, but then you get in a bit of a stalemate with shots going backwards and forwards across the cap and nobody actually gaining anything out of it. So I'm just going to try and keep things spotted. Now, red team have the advantage here, having taken this cap. But I'm still not going to push against that Brandenburg. It would be the dumbest move I could make at this stage of the game. The enemy Benson has himself spotted. What have we got there? 1, 2, 3 ships parked on the corner of that little island. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, there we go. Tiger 59, Teammate, Richelieu. Who else we got? Teammate, and a Miyoko. I need your support. Teammate, I need Call them for help. But we get an acknowledgement, but we know that the only help that they're going to do is to continue to sit behind that island so that they can't be shot. It looks like the Benson is noped out of B cap. It seems to be turning to blue. I'm not sure if it's contested. Concentrate fire on the target. We've got a good idea of where most of the red team are now. And the Belfast is gone. The Brandenburg is backing out, possibly because he doesn't have that radar support to him anymore. And we are now going to push in and contest this cap. And that will let them know that there is a destroyer here. So we've got to be prepared a little bit. Brandenburg just push in again. He's getting close, so I hit my smoke screen and then I run my sonar, because I know he has got torpedoes. I don't want to be running into any of those now, do I? So, just creeping in the smoke, trying to use those little rocks to block any torpedoes from coming towards me. But I do know that we obviously have a cruiser, which is on our kind of 5 o'clock position at the moment. That Japanese cruiser still sat there. We check over. So running the sonar while I'm in smoke is going to give me some early detection, should I say, rather than detectability. Some early detection on torpedoes from either of these two ships. And we're going to turn the cap. The Brandenburg has had to come back in to, contest this, and he's kind of taken himself out of the game a little bit because he's too close to those rocks now for his secondaries to be any effect, or even for his main guns to be any effect on our team. We do see the torpedoes come across the rear. The Brandenburg reappears, so he's used that rock to get a turn in, and he's now going to run away from us. That's going to give us the opportunity to turn this cap. We did lose the destroyer on B cap. So there's still that, I think it said Benson still floating around in there, playing hard to get. Now, this is why you can see these secondaries going off from this Brandenburg. This is why I did not want to be near him while that Belfast was still alive, because it wouldn't have been healthy. So, my decision now is I spot a gap in the centre, and I'm going to push through the centre between A and B caps, because I think that's the best position to be in to counter Reds. I am the only DD left on our team. Red team have no DDs left, and we do get some good torpedoes on that Brandenburg, so all that smart play and manoeuvring, which I'll give him as due, he was very good at. It's now cost him the majority of his health, and he should hopefully be an easy kill for someone. So for me, we've done the first two bits of a destroyer's job in spotting and then capturing. And now we're actually going to go back onto spot, and we're going to now hopefully look at picking up a kill or two. I don't know exactly how many I ended this one on, but my main aim here is to stay undetected while spotting the red team. That way we kind of close them down a little bit. They can't really, although they can move around, if they're going to be turning while they're spotted, that should give our ships a chance to get some broadsides on them, to get some good hits on. And at the same time, they know there is a destroyer out here, and that's going to be giving them some cause for concern. So these big ships that have sat at the back of the map, and this is a warning to all you battleship captains who just sit at the back and snipe, is that given the opportunity, a destroyer will come and get you. But he doesn't have to shoot at you. He can stay undetected and keep you spotted for the rest of his team. And this is exactly what I'm going to do here. I don't think that cruiser across on A-cap has got very much left in him. I'm hoping somebody's going to pick him up soon. Can't remember when he actually dies. But we've got I think it's an Iowa, a Colorado. In fact, there we go. The cruiser's disappeared. So we now have no threats from that side of the map. We do have one blue team ship pushing down the other side of the minimap. So red team are now being squeezed. We've still got one cruiser undetected, but I do believe that he pops up very soon. And I'm just looking. I spot the Talon. He's obviously the one that's using, is it the Soviet equivalent of twist and track? So I want him off the map because he is the only one that will have any idea where I am. And now we just go to torpedo spam. Because what we want to do is not necessarily hit and kill these guys, but it's to make them take avoiding action and put them into turns that leaves them broadside to the rest of blue team. Yeah, I'm not always out there for the big numbers, for the big damage, for the Krakens. I do love it when it happens, But this is about playing for a win, and it's about playing for the team. We are up on points by about one ship, and I'm just keeping my eyes peeled about how far I am away from them. You'll see that I'm right on the edge of detection at some points in this game, but I've got 5Ks. Now, sadly, Chin, who has been a massive support there on ACAP for the majority of this game, gets taken out. And we're 4 ships to 3. Red team do now have a slight advantage, although we do have the caps. Now, if red team want to win this, they're either going to have to kill more ships, or they're going to have to take some of the capture points. And with those big battleships, they've been a little bit too far out. Well, we go on the Iowa. He has been there at the back, but he has been quite smart in his manoeuvring at the same time, and he will continue to be for a little while longer. If you are a battleship captain and you are spotted, if you see a little number 1 pop up beside the eye that says you're spotted, that means that somebody is targeting you. And chances are, if there's a DD out your side of the map, it's going to be him. So we do see the Iowa turn away again, but the Colorado is coming in. We've got the Helena there, who was down to that sort of more southerly island on the right side of the minimap, but he's pushing in again. And you'll see here that although red team did have a slight advantage, these caps have already put us, what, 160 points ahead in the space of a couple of minutes. And we're going to try and increase that lead a little bit. Again, just keeping these guys spotted, waiting for our torpedo reloads to come up. They can't really go anywhere apart from the capture points. And we'll just, that's it, put some presence out there and see what happens. Now, not a lot of people, they shoot all their torps at one target. They do a spread across the target, front and rear, kind of overlap them. But in this scenario where I've got 2 ships coming towards me, there's a potential to take 1 or 2 targets off the map. So I'm going to spread my torps between them. And pulling a double strike like that only happens in 0.5% of my games. I've only got 51 of them, and I picked 2 of those up after this video. But Mr. Iowa here is pretty much on his own now. We've got the win. And I'm going to do something that I didn't necessarily need to do. And I hate to lose a game by somebody doing a YOLO. But at this point, I really don't think, unless he was to kill all 3 of our ships, that he would be able to win the game for their team. And although I don't get picked up by a spotter plane there as I'm going in, he knows where I am. We've got a cruiser at the front with torpedoes running in towards him. He knows where the cruiser is. He knows where the battleship is behind him. He now knows absolutely where I am, and he can see me coming straight towards him. So he can take fire from 3 sides. Critical engine damage. There's a double set of torps now coming from the cruiser towards him. If he's not going to sail into them, he is going to sail into mine. And you can see that he hits the brakes there. But my torps are out. I'm dropping into smoke, and I can start shooting them too, because I can. I've played patiently this whole game. We're just under, well, just over 75k, and this is going to end it and give me a high caliber to boot. So, play silent, play stealthy, play smart. Play for the team, do your job, spot, capture, and then kill. And you can seal a victory like that one. So, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Don't forget to sub.